got this. Whoa, flawless, baby.
As I turned my headphones down, I just jacked them all the way up.
Oh, Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again
that better,
for joining
Pat?
us here on a beautiful
I'm not sure I can't really hear anymore after that.
Saturday night pregame.
Live check, live sound test.
Live sound test. We did actually one before. It's just upside down. So poor Chris. Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
coming in
this
here?
all kind of, it was all kind of weird. And then I was like, Pat's like, turn me down. I'm like, no, you're going up this time.
Jackpot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. Joe Keneally doing us a favor, getting these nice, beautiful beers for the evening. Chris McGraw on the ones and the twos. Pat Lynch always looking good and dapper as we pregame a Pearl Jam concert. How excited are we?
Did you mention that this is the podcast with the four most boringest white guys you've ever met?
I didn't even know if I wanted to get into that.
We won that title, baby. We deserve it.
It's
That's a solid. That's the best. That's a high compliment we got right there.
yeah. That wow. Listen,
That is a high compliment.
do you even give the guy any credit because he did not?
He put in the effort.
He did not. Well, he listened. So again. Thank you for listening. We can't thank you.
Oh,
enough.
I don't think he's listening this time.
I probably not. But we do truly appreciate when you listen to our podcast. And he listened all the way through and got no fantasy football advice.
Did we promise fantasy football advice?
Not for a second.
No, Peter mentioned.
what I wasn't sure
Peter
about.
mentioned you were drafting in the.
I was drafting.
On the podcast, but the guy thought he was going to get fantasy.
Those are my secrets, and no, I'll take those to the grave.
And I don't know if you really want to watch these four jamokes give fantasy advice for anything.
Yeah, I was going to say that. But again, the explanation would have saved him an hour or half an hour because he did it in 2 times speed. Would have saved him that time, but he didn't do it. So, yeah.
What a champion!
And-
It is what it is.
And if you want to see that comment, go check out episode 103. You have to find the hidden comment because it was a mean comment. So not that anything I did. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. But YouTube doesn't allow jerk comments to flow through, I guess. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
it's kind of nice of YouTube.
Censorship.
He didn't swear anything. He just told the truth. The
Maybe,
foremost.
maybe you can just make like private comments that don't show up. You can
Oh,
just
it's
go-
fine. Well, he was trying to tell people not to listen to our podcast because there's no fantasy football advice in there. But I think most people would have read the explanation and said, "Oh, they didn't say anything about fantasy football."
There are only like
guidance.
80 million other podcasts if you want to get some fantasy football news to get out
But
there.
okay. So I guess we'll keep going down this route. But the best comment was Max, who said,
further down the rabbit hole. Yes.
Max said it the best. People who are like fantasy football people, most people who comment about fantasy football are the worst. Like they're just always angry,
They're never happy.
never happy.
Yeah.
Peter, just take a picture of our draft board and get a little insight of what a 12 team looks like right there.
Yeah, Pat's the guy who commented on this podcast.
Yeah.
For sure.
No fantasy advice.
For sure.
I got
For
no
sure.
help in my draft.
Can I tell you something? I'm not gonna lie. When we were talking today at the basement, I was like, Pat seems like I know Pat doesn't. He doesn't do this. Maybe he does. Who knows? But it dawned on me like that could have been Pat just messing with us. Been like, you guys suck.
I got better things to do with my time than that.
Yeah, he's trying to make us feel so bad that we stopped doing the podcast.
I don't think I would have attacked fantasy football. if I'm gonna go there. I think I would have gone a lot deeper.
Or was it Katrina? Did she dig
No.
deep?
No, it was definitely Pat.
It was so. It was the most thought out, mean comment you could get. Like the dude took some time to write that comment, and it was tremendous.
I wish I had the time to do that. I do. I mean, honestly.
Here's a good question: have you guys ever done a comment on a post on like anything, like internet wise?
When I
Oh,
bought
for
some stuff that was really crappy from Amazon, I put reviews to warn people not to buy things.
I just did that actually for peanut M&Ms. It said 2 pounds. I shit you not. I got like it was like it was $30 too. So I'm thinking like, you're spending $30 on M&Ms. You're gonna get like I'm gonna need like a dump truck to back these bad boys
Oh,
up.
yeah.
$30 for M&Ms seems like it was nothing. I was like it was such a bad bag of. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Did you leave one for your sauna that didn't work after 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, that's why I got all my money back. No, I was like, yo, don't buy this. It literally, I just used it once a week. It crapped out immediately. And there's actually...
See, those are like helpful reviews. Like,
Yeah.
just shitting on something.
I
shit on
can't
something
think
for
of
no reason.
any that I've left or anything like that. I feel like I may have, and I got like a refund of something because it was just completely trashed at what we got. But like I can't like personally say.
yeah, it wasn't like anything to the guy. I wasn't trying to be a jerk
Yeah.
about the M&Ms. I was just like, dude, I spent $30.
Yeah, I mean, I think it
Small
doesn't
bag
like meet
anyways.
expectations. But like, hey, this is
Yeah.
what I thought it was going to be, and this is what it actually was.
And the picture shows like this huge bag that you're going to get. And of course, not even close.
All a lie.
Yeah. What did you comment on, Joe?
The cake is a lie. Oh, it could have any number of things. I don't know. I mean, like I not necessarily reviews. Could have been. I'm not. Listen, I don't leave a lot of comments. I've definitely posted some shit for like
Joe's on Reddit.
tech support.
Joe's on Reddit bitching about the new Marvel movie or how the
100%.
Batman movie doesn't follow the lineage of the comic books. He's like, this is bullshit.
You got me to a T. Do you have my search history? How do you know this?
My username's I'm Batman.
Do you when like have you ever do you like go to Reddit and do like have you ever been in like a Reddit forum and kind of comment with random people?
No.
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm not like a bit.
Not a Reddit guy.
No, I am on Reddit. I use it a lot to like look stuff up and kind of see what people are saying about certain things. But I don't know. I mean, I've definitely commented on things on Facebook and.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the best thing I've heard about Reddit. Some person, I don't know where I saw this comment or where I saw it. Maybe it was on Snapchat. But somebody's like, I go on Reddit and post a question, then I go to my alter account, answer the question completely wrong. So somebody will chime in
my God.
and tell me I'm an idiot and give me the right way of doing
deep.
something.
Is that Max? I can see Max doing
so
that.
deep.
That is so.
That's
yeah.
Max.
But that's not a bad thing. I mean, that's kind of cool. Like
That's
a good
genius
thought.
way
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go
exactly,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Let some guy who's gonna get angry about it and just give you the right way.
Yeah, give you the right, exactly. And you don't care about them getting mad at answering your other question. You know what you're doing. Yeah, that's kind of good.
Chris, you should set a text form so me and Peter can get our questions answered that way.
That's a great idea actually. I just got an advertisement for like a Chat GPT, but for like tax practices. Like they'll help you with all your
Research.
Yeah, which I was like,
Interesting.
I might for $1,000 a year, I might do that.
That's
It's not bad.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the question is like how legit it would be.
Yeah. I think it may be a little more focused. I can't tell you how many times I use Chat GPT to kind of
For letters, yeah.
no, I'm sorry, to start me on a research, because I know that it'll give me some answers and it'll give me more of a direct key.
It'll give you some direction.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, a lot of like 4 out of the 5 times I've used Chat GPT, it's been wrong, like completely wrong.
Has it?
Yeah.
Has it caught up though? I remember Max saying it was only like through like a certain year time frame, and obviously
It's all the way up. Yeah.
Oh, is it all the way up?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
The thing I've noticed with Chat GPT, and I was gonna text
Even I
it,
can't figure out our text code.
and it's a lot slower nowadays. Like if you're not paying for it.
Yeah,
They're-
there's more people using it for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
For sure. And
Okay.
that brings out like the speed of the free version.
Yeah, definitely. But yep, and I don't know how we got on that a roundabout, but I'm sorry. Did you know that Reddit actually just went public?
Did not know that.
Yeah,
Really?
and a lot of the I don't think I could be. This is an S&P fact. I think this stock has not done well, and a portion of that is because Reddit used to. How Reddit makes money now is people post these, forums, and then, they go off on it, and this gives so much data. And Reddit used to not sell the data or advertise to you, but now to make money, they have to do that. So they're now advertising to you, and they're also using your data to kind of, push you towards certain things. And a lot of people, don't like that, so they've kind of stopped using it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I got to imagine all your data is getting used at this point.
Yeah,
There's not much you can
everything's
do.
getting tracked. Grocery stores, all that jazz.
There's a CEO, I forget of the app. It's an app. It's an encrypted app where you can message, and a lot of drug users use it. It's not WhatsApp. It's not.
Not Signal.
He just got arrested in France. What is it called?
I know what you're talking about.
I can check it out, but it's kind of crazy.
It's like the something. It's 2 words. It's like the.
Here, I'll get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy because
He got arrested in his home. I think he's from France.
Yes.
So it's his home country. At the airport, though, right? Is
Yes,
that where
and
he got arrested?
Telegram. That's what it's called.
What was he arrested for?
His app is used in drug users use it, or like cartel mafia. People use it to move drugs a lot of the time, or do criminal things, and then the governments can't get into it, so they can't use it to, and so they are using some kind of almost RICO act on him. Not saying he's a drug user or a drug dealer or a murderer or anything like that, but saying
he's, like,
that
supplementing the selling of drugs,
and
as such they can go after him for it.
Yeah, and he just got out on bail for $6 million. What's even weirder is he was dating a girl, and they think the girl was with the government and got him to the airport, and that's how he got arrested.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a whole freaking thing. It was crazy to see. Just again. But the other thing, the other reason they were bringing this up is it's been used in countries that were like in Iran, in Russia, into like pro-democratic movements. So these guys can work together and the governments can't see what they're doing. So then they can stop it. So it's like it's got that good and evil side to it.
Yeah, that makes it's a dangerous thing. People want to control it. Don't let them control it, man.
They want to control the narrative. But that's what I mean. Isn't that kind of like what Elon Musk says about Twitter, where it used to be a lot of it? Supposedly, there was articles out there you can read that a lot of government was paying Twitter a lot of money to do certain things, like not allow this, not allow that, and
Nice.
If America doesn't know that, then you don't. You're losing out on a lot of speech.
They need to go back to a Wild West of Twitter and just allow all the porn actresses back on.
Oh
there
no,
and
it's not.
everything.
The
can't-
Wild West is back, baby.
Yeah,
Wow.
You got to have a login though.
Oh, wow.
That's
Chris has
true.
looked, baby. Chris has looked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Instagram.
Chris
that's
knows,
a-
baby. Chris knows.
That's a low barrier to entry, Chris. You said that like,
Yeah,
God damn,
Chris-
I'm fucked. I can't
Chris
do
doesn't.
anything
Chris,
about it.
Chris doesn't
I
want.
don't- I don't
want
wanna
to date
log
out
in.
there.
It takes an email and a password. You're all set, dude.
An email-
You're all set.
An email and a password that somebody's gonna steal again.
Oh,
Just get
Don't want
just
it.
get, just get Pepsi to create an account.
That's
for
the equivalent of I can get in this house, but I have to turn the knob, and that's too much. That's too much. I'm done.
Kind of like
I'm
Instagram
going
too. Instagram's kind of the same way, Chris. It sucks a little bit, where you can only look at like 4 or 5 like pictures, and then they're like, "Hey, how about you log in?"
Oh yeah.
How about you?
No, yeah.
TikTok
I don't
is
want
like
that crap.
They're all
Yeah.
those apps are like
Yeah.
that.
You go. You know what? You need to be YouTube. Damn it! Where I can just go and click on a video and watch it. I don't have to log in. I don't have to do anything special.
Mr. McGraw. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so last week, good times. Podcast was a blast. I actually really liked it, and we had a decent amount of views for the one guy was not happy about it. It's a pretty decent podcast.
Yeah,
Or podcast about
numbers are going to go down. We're back in the dungeon.
Yeah.
The dreariness brings the numbers down.
Let's get into some topics because this is going to be probably a little bit of a quicker one. The fantasy football stuff. Yeah, that was.
That was checked off right away.
Did you? We can get in a little bit of politics if we wanted, but Trump was indicted again this week. But it was just, and it's like, oh, this is a big deal. It's really not. All they did is the Supreme Court said they can only indict him on a certain way. So they just redid it so that they could take him to court.
So it's a re-indictment.
Yeah.
Nice.
The DNC I think it was last week was in Chicago.
Yep.
2 weeks ago. It wasn't this past
Oh,
week
you're right.
before.
Yes, absolutely. 2 weeks ago. And they did it. They showed some unreleased footage and did like a video of January 6th. And if you haven't seen that in a while, it kind of brings you back to that moment on January 6th where you're like, yeah, this wasn't just, a walk in the park. Mm-hmm. These dudes wanted to hurt some people.
Yeah.
It was, attempt to try to take over some stuff.
Yeah.
It makes you, and then he had a portion into it. So.
Oh yeah, he definitely was an instigator.
Oh yeah.
In that situation.
And
you can make an argument. Everybody's trying to make an argument that he didn't do anything specific that day. But I mean, if you look at the way he talks now and the way he talks then, he instigates and builds up, and that was just like an explosion of like emotion in that moment. There was a build up that led to that. It's not just did he do something that day to instigate these people to
Yeah.
It's like a powder keg. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Inaction can also be action.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. Funny part with Trump too. Well, he had a podcast with Theo Vaughn recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I watched a highlight of it. It was it made Trump look like when he doesn't have somebody that opposes him or it's not a rally. He's just like a normal dude. Like he's talking about UFC. He's talking about his kids.
People said that about when he got interviewed by Elon Musk. It was just a very like down to earth interview. A lot of people actually said it was really fucking boring.
Oh, I was gonna say that his energy was very low. He also he's got a little bit of a lisp lately. Is that just me? Like,
Fucking old as shit. This dude's brain doesn't work
Yeah.
100%.
He's probably not right. Yeah.
I believe what you're saying. I've heard this being talked about, and maybe it is a thing, but he's also just fucking old.
yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he has the energy.
Dude's
as much.
body isn't going to function the way it should at that age, regardless.
I mean, as you get older, do you start to grab a lisp, or is that maybe something medical? It doesn't don't you have like don't some people start having a lisp after maybe a stroke or
I
something?
mean, he's got a fat.
Like, yeah, you have a little.
There's a lot of like
Joke
loose skin
going at
there,
it.
just allowing.
Not that that's a reason or not a reason. To
But
vote
like
for him, but I'm
maybe
just
he'll
saying.
get jowls, and then he's got that like
Yeah.
kind of that dog from is it Looney Tunes?
Oh no, I know.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Bother.
Yeah,
that guy. Like you get that like kind of noise when you get those jowls.
There's a picture of him out there with Theo Von, his producers, some of his guys from his podcast, and Trump is so goddamn like no joke. I'm not even kidding you. He's that orange. He's legitimately this orange.
What do you think that's makeup? Do you think I can't imagine he's like getting a tan
Spray tan.
every day. Oh, spray tan.
Well, he's also in Florida most of the year, so like, don't you think that kind of?
Maybe a little bit of a bronzer or
So
something.
just to let the people know, Peter said he's usually in Florida most of the year. So do you think that has something to do with it?
Well, don't people down in like Florida, like when they want to tan, they put on a little bronzer when they go out too? I mean,
but I imagine that gets you darker, does it not?
but
Orange?
I mean, it depends on how heavy you go. I would assume a little bit too.
That makes sense.
You know why? Okay, so here's a few. Again, I guess we're gonna make this a little bit about Trump. But these are I am doing a lot of research into who I want to vote for this year, and they talk. I've seen a lot of stuff on Trump. Why a lot of his rallies have to be outdoors? He's also, which is understandable. He's terrified of doing outdoor rallies now, which is totally understandable.
You're saying why some of us have to be outdoors?
No. Why most of his rallies right now are outdoor rallies?
Why?
He hasn't paid. So all these indoor venues, like these places, arenas.
These events, yeah.
He hasn't paid them.
Oh, Jesus, that makes
He just decided not to pay them. So, but now he can't go to them to do these. So he has to do a lot of things outdoors.
This is like he's such. Okay.
And that could be. I've just heard that on a couple podcasts.
What an ingenious move!
You can make an argument that like, is this guy a crook? Is this guy like a bad person? These are all arguable things. But there's no denying the fact that this guy acts like a deplorable person.
Oh yeah.
Like through and through, without a doubt, he is not a person that you would
want to
trust or want to do business with or like be a part of.
Absolutely.
Like he's so conniving in general, and maybe you can make an argument that that's good for politics. Maybe it's bad, but like
maybe you want that running your country. Like
he seems like such a selfish dude.
And then the last thing on Trump, real quick. They did a fake endorsement for Taylor Swift endorsing.
I saw that Swifties for Trump, and they put the Swifties came out in full force and were like, "We're putting the kibosh on this." No, we're not, and very hard went against that.
But the best part was Trump he knew it was fake, and he was like,
I know.
I accept Taylor. You're totally a part of the group. Let's go."
He's like tagging clearly AI images and being like, "Check this out. Look at the support. It's amazing." And you're like, "Good God!"
He also got a stern thing from the United States Army.
What happened there?
He was doing I think a wreath laying ceremony. Like they wanted like a couple people that had when we were leaving Afghanistan a couple years ago at the airport, there was like a bombing or something. Mm-hmm. About 13 soldiers got killed.
Okay.
So the families wanted him to come out, lay wreaths on the soldiers' graves.
Okay.
And they have a very big policy of like, you can't do any politicking there. You can't do pictures.
Leave it at the door.
Leave it at the door. This is a somber place.
It's a place for mourning. It's a place for respect.
And so like their whole entire group came out and was like some they were like taking pictures and doing stuff, and like some lady who worked there was like, "No, you can't be doing that." And they got into like a physical altercation and like they were like, "Oh, well, we have permission from these families. These families wanted us to video and take it." And then like they put some other like gravesite in the video, and those people came out and were like, "No, you didn't have permission for this one." And all that stuff. So like, it's just like, all this weird stuff
Just
going
honor the Army. Like we could take that out. I get.
You know the rules. Like the rules haven't changed at this place ever, and like
It's
you
a
knew the rules.
respect
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
It's a respect thing.
Was that abrupt withdrawal? Was that under his administration or Biden's?
No, that was because he pulled out of Afghanistan.
Yeah, it was
Biden
Biden pulled
and
out.
it was terrible. They could have definitely done that better. So that is definitely.
I wasn't sure which president it was. I can remember.
This one, get Pat back in the podcast here. Pat, are you an Oasis fan?
No.
Okay, well that's not going to get you
Sweet.
good.
That's where that conversation ends.
Next topic, dummy.
I do have a topic.
Wait, really quick though.
okay,
They're just
yeah.
reunion. They're just gonna have her like. This is famous. Oasis is a famous band, and it was two brothers, and they famously hate each other. And
Oh, nice. It's like me and Pat having a band.
If they pay us like Chris, I'll be happy to be. I'll be happy to be your. I'll be spoon you all night for like.
they're
what
paying
gonna
them
get paid
over
for this one.
$100 million to reunite to do a world tour.
Not even a
And-
world tour. I think it's like a tour of like just like 2-3 countries, like England and Ireland.
And not America, or no? Am I wrong?
For now, I think the only thing they announced like next year they're gonna be playing like England and Ireland. I saw.
Okay. Yeah, and so they're just
For $100
after
million?
20 years.
Yeah, they're playing like 20 dates.
20 dates for $100 million.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
Oh,
like
I
that.
could tolerate Pat Lynch for 20 dates
Yeah.
for $100 million. Oh,
I
God.
thought that was just kind of
Chris,
crazy.
I'll stay with you 24/7
Yeah,
for that kind of price.
Yeah, for 24. Yeah, 20
No.
days. Me and Pat 24/7.
You can get a kangaroo pouch. Throw me in there.
Sign me up. We split the $100 million 50-50. Hell yeah.
Exactly, man.
That's great. All right,
That
Joe.
was a
What
good
was your topic? That was definitely a silly one.
I was just gonna. Well, I was gonna say I had some pumpkin spice cold brew recently,
Jackpot.
and
From where?
I got it a week ago, like whatever date it came out, like around
It's
the
Starbucks.
22nd.
Oh, you
or
got it from
23rd.
Starbucks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, let me just not answer your question.
Fuck you. You keep chiming
yeah.
in and butting in again like Pat Lynch. Shut up, stupid.
No, my bad. So I go to Starbucks. I go walk to Starbucks. I get my Starbucks. I walk back. I grab it on my lunch, and I'm just like, man, this isn't that good. It tastes like it should, but I think I'm done with pumpkin spice.
Okay, nice.
I think I'm out. And then today,
I'm out.
Yeah, I was like, that's it. It's over. And then today, I was like, you know what? Let me grab some caffeine. I'm trying to do everything right before because I'm gonna drink heavily tonight and be drunk. And I was like, I'll get some caffeine in me. Let's get that pumpkin spice one more time.
Try again.
God damn, was that fucking liquid gold?
I'm telling you,
Jesus Christ! I must have got a bad batch at first go around.
Starbucks is hit or miss. You
Oh, yeah.
got to have 4 on rotation, Joe. Like you got to hit one, each one up each different week. That's why I do it with me and Peter.
I had that. I was back on cloud 9. I was like, this is the magic.
Oh, yeah.
This is that liquid crack I fell in love with.
Joe or Brian, 8:30 in the morning. I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
Sends us a text. Says, "Hey, Peter, beware of the pumpkin spice." And he doesn't say anything
Yeah,
else.
nothing has been said.
Leaves them in suspense.
Nothing has been said. I think it was specifically about the Dunkin' one.
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
got to be.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm gonna give him a wedgie. Laura Lena, I'm gonna give Brian a wedgie so hard. How do you tell a man not to enjoy the thing he loves the most in the world? He dreams about pumpkin spice season, and this man comes out and tells him not to do it, and then nothing.
No, doesn't tell you not to do it. He says, beware.
Yes.
Beware. It could be-
Help.
it's good, baby. It's good. It's good this year. Beware, baby.
I've contaminated supplies all around the city. Let's see you play the game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like soft.
Yeah.
All right, I got one here for you guys. What do you guys think about this? Illinois is debating whether to change their flag or not.
To what? Or do they have
Hold on.
Like a different- yeah,
I have a
go ahead.
question. Can anyone describe what the Illinois flag looks like?
It's pretty generic. It's like
Yeah,
white.
It's white with
Eagle.
a circle,
Yeah.
circle.
Oh, yes. That is
And-
boring as fuck. Yeah, I remember
well,
it.
that's what they're saying. It's not recognizable. Like Texas is amazing. Like Maryland
California
is
has
California
Chicago's
with the
pretty,
bear.
pretty noticeable.
Chicago's very
Chicago
nice.
flag,
Chicago's
yeah.
more famous than I would say the Illinois flag.
Yeah. So they're like, we want to do something to
Just make the Chicago flag the Illinois flag. Call it a day. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Make Illinois
I'm sure the rest of the
flag
state will love that.
great again.
The rest of the state wants to boycott. The rest of the state wants to separate from us.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you guys. I kind of like history, like the history, like nostalgia, the nostalgia of it.
I do.
But I also kind of get it. Like,
I was just curious if they had any designs out there yet.
no, well, I think they maybe have some ideas, but nothing concrete. And they're still just throwing the idea around: should they not? They're going to debate and such. So I
Just do it.
Glad
okay,
glad
so
this is a high topic in Illinois with all the other things facing the state.
it's a fair point, Pat. With Chicago with over, I think it's about $1 billion shortfall for next 2025.
Woo, buddy.
Yeah.
I just read that the population of Chicago is as low as it was in like 1928.
Traffic could
Ooh,
traffic would dictate otherwise.
Yeah, traffic doesn't say that though.
Oh, well, that's because, I mean, we got less lanes on them highways. I mean,
You know what's crazy to me? It's I also think you got to understand, like, I think a lot of the major cities in the United States, like L.A., like New York, like Chicago, aren't having as many kids. So you got a lot of young people come here from all over the Midwest, but then they come here, they'll start their careers and then they'll move on. And so I feel like this used to be a huge.
But how much? But is the suburb population also decreasing as well equally, or is the suburb increasing in the Chicago city?
Well, no, I'm sorry. I don't think people are having kids in the suburbs of Illinois. I think they're coming to Chicago, starting their careers, and then they're going elsewhere.
Yeah, but I'm saying a lot of people. But I'm saying my question is like this: the city of Chicago's population is what Joe's talking about, right?
Yeah.
But, are the surrounding suburbs also in the same kind of decline overall, or not?
Illinois is.
I know
Yeah.
Illinois is, but I'm saying I wonder if it's as drastic.
Well, Pat's wondering if the
people are moving to
from
suburbs,
the city
yeah.
to the suburbs. But I think to be honest, I would be more shocked if like the surrounding suburbs, if like people weren't moving from the suburbs to the city, and then who's ever in the city is just moving the hell out of the state.
Yeah, probably.
That's fair. Yeah.
They're gonna have to talk about one of the proposals to close the shortfall, instead of, I don't know, maybe stops figuring out where you can cut in spending.
You're ignorant, dog.
The one thing is not filling vacant Chicago police positions. That's stupid. But they're talking revenue. How do we fix? What do we raise the tax wise?
Oh, city tax, baby.
You guys are out of your mind. If you think it's low now, keep raising taxes. People, there's no reason to stay here if you're, and especially if you come out with a city tax. Why would you stay? Mm-hmm. What's the point?
There isn't.
That's another fun topic there. But you know what? I'm up for a new flag if it come out with some good designs. Don't come out with something like stupid.
Put some dollar symbols on and taking like
Yeah.
we're taking your money.
Put Honest Abe's face on there and call it a day.
That would be a good direction. Yeah.
We give him and Ulysses Grant on there.
There you go.
And Barack.
And Barack.
And Barack, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Little Mount Rushmore on ours.
Well, Mount Rushmore.
Okay, look at this. We got it.
Look at that. Look
Who's
at
the
that.
fourth? We're gonna put Daly on there too.
You're welcome.
Just have them all
No.
chopped
We're
in wood.
putting the Rod on there.
Yeah.
Rod Pagoy.
Rod
Jesus
LaGoy. Oh,
Christ.
Jesus.
Or you could put the last 10 presidents who have been arrested. That's
No,
always
10 governors.
10 governors.
I saw a clip that Rob Blagojevich was singing Elvis songs at the Taste Development Park.
No way, really?
Yeah, he was on stage doing like an
hilarious.
Elvis cover band.
I love it. I love it.
Rod.
Did you guys see Boeing having another bad week?
Oh man,
I heard about
the
something.
keep that keeps on giving.
Well, I didn't see that. I didn't see them this week. I know people can't be there until February. Is that the thing now?
Yeah, they're
the
in
issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's the
Is that what you're
space
referring to though?
And so Boeing is insanely pissed off that they're not having the opportunity to go save them. America's like, no, we're sending SpaceX up. They're gonna get them out of there. You know how long they were supposed to be in space?
Like a week, right?
6
8
days.
days.
Or is it 8?
8 days,
yeah,
I
8
think.
days.
Like a week. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe somewhere around there.
Yeah.
6, 8, maybe 7.
It could have been. Yeah,
Who
it's
knows?
Boeing is setting new heights
Between
for
6 and
hot
8
as
days
hell.
potentially, so like a week.
Yeah, they are the fucking company that just keeps tripping.
I'm not gonna lie. I
They
had
get
a
out-
very smooth flight to Italy and back on Boeing plane, so that was good.
One of the few.
and then in I think it was Seattle, right? Max told us.
Yeah, Air Alaska or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
engine blew out. They had to go back, and guys said, people said it was the scariest thing they've ever been a part of. But the pilots did a great job.
I mean, if it's gonna blow off like right off of takeoff is where you want it to happen.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
You don't
very
want it
funny.
to happen way down somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
No,
Yeah.
you don't want to have to create your own runway.
Yeah.
And then there's this sad story of a tire exploding and killing a mechanic and injuring another.
But is that
guy.
necessarily? Is that one necessarily? I'm not trying to vouch for Boeing. Is that really necessarily a Boeing fault?
I didn't hear about that one.
I'm not saying that was Boeing. I'm just saying that was another air thing that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was like maintenance guys. Like somehow the tire exploded and some people unfortunately lost their lives.
Pierce seen a guy lose his nut changing an airplane tire.
Quite the same, but yeah.
You might as well be dead at that point.
You paused after nut there just long enough for me to be like, I'm sorry, what? Peter saw a guy lose his nut. How did he lose his nut, Chris?
He was
How?
changing a tire.
Yeah.
That-
it was,
What is
God.
How?
no,
What?
this idiot. It's a
Excuse me.
it's a piece of equipment that's trigger release, and they told him, hey, don't mess with this. Like they didn't even want him moving it. They're like, don't move it, and he was just gonna move it. Moved it, clicked it, whacked him right in the nuts. He went to the emergency room.
But it's like a high, bro. It's not like a little not a little tap. It's like it's
oh
fucking.
no, you're talking
Lots of pressure coming at you.
insane amount of pressure. Like
Yeah,
it's
I have to see this video.
It's not a
Oh,
video.
I
There's
didn't
no
say it.
video.
Oh, no, no. I was
This
just-
is embedded in Pierre's brain.
I'm sitting there and I'm hearing an ambulance.
Oh, you saw this in real life.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing
in
it.
real time, Joe. In real time.
Oh
Pierce.
my God! Wait. Okay. So what is this contraption supposed to do, and how did his nut get
It's
caught
like
in
a
it?
tire changer thing. It's like something. It's you hook up to the tire, and then the pressure there releases and helps release the lug nuts. All this. It's something weird. I've never seen it before, but it's a mechanism that pops up,
Oh, okay.
and so he's moving it, and it so he's moving it in the truck, hits it, and it whacks him straight in the nuts.
Oh my God! Oh my
And-
God!
Down
Big
goes
tree,
Fraser.
Big tree fall hard.
All I
goes
hear is
Dynamite.
I hear an ambulance come, and they're like this guy. They don't really like this guy anyways, and they're like, and dude, it cost them like I think $30,000 in like workers' comp, which is thank God the guy didn't get hurt. I don't think he lost anything. He was off the
Oh,
job.
he lost the nut for sure.
He might have
Got a
seen
whole
Jesus.
octave higher in the voice. He can sing soprano now.
He did. I think he actually literally worked another like couple days. I think there's too much PTSD there for him. He just quit. He's like, I'm done.
Yeah,
can't do
I don't think I'll be near that machine either, personally.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, the poor guy, the guy who unfortunately died, and like he's not recognizable. Like he
Oh, that's
Really?
rough.
It was just like a full-on explosion.
Oh, right in his face.
basically. Oh, jeez. Poor-
and
oh,
he
fuck.
was
kinda
he was
bonkers.
very very close to retirement.
It's kind of crazy that the tire can do that kind of explosion on it.
Oh, you got to imagine the pressure on that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just still kind of. I mean, it's not gonna have it's not gonna be like a fire explosion. So it's kind of crazy. Like it was,
Have you ever seen a semi truck tire blow?
I have.
That's insane.
Do you remember the Firestone tires years ago that
Oh,
were like
on
blown,
Explorers?
they were almost like flipping cars?
I was in a car that one blew out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My uncle's van blew out in the back rear tire, and he was lucky he was on the far right lane, and he was able to control the car enough to get over. But yeah, I was sleeping. I was like on a flat bed in the back, and I like flew all the way to the front of the car almost.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. No, yeah, and a lot of that happened actually, Joe. Sadly, is when people were going, all those curves on it.
Mm-hmm.
It would for some reason when because you scrape a little bit when you're going that way, and it would blow there. So then it would flip you like immediately, and then Fords were dog shit made in the 90s, so you would crunch like an accordion.
Yeah.
Dude, so many people
Yeah,
died.
they did not roll over well.
It's like the Ford Pinto. Like they had the opportunity not to put the gas tank in the bumper, where
Jesus.
when it you got hit from behind, which happens from time to time.
Yeah,
car
look,
accident.
get a little-
The cost
get a
of
little tap.
Dynamite, baby.
The cost
Yeah,
analysis
off that.
worked. The cost analysis worked on that one for the favor to not fix it.
Did it really?
That's why that was the big problem is that Ford
Well,
knew
no,
it.
that's what they said, but I don't know over
And
time.
but I'm saying Ford did the math. They're like it's not worth recalling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They'll pay the death suit, so they just won't recall it.
You know what's called? Okay, this is another random one, but there's the the recall on the airbags. Do you ever hear like what happens if like that actually hits you? Like those millions, like 2 million airbags have been recalled from Japan. If those hit, it's like getting hit in the face with like a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Sure.
shit.
Dude, it's like
Is this those ones that are getting recalled or airbags in general?
no that well most
Certain kinds.
yeah most airbags you're gonna get some black eyes. It's not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Chris would know. Chris knows.
I got hit by one.
Oh wow.
How
So what happened to your face?
Huh?
What happened to your face?
No, they took the shovel out for that one.
nice.
Wow, and Chris
that was
just
good.
fucking like deflecting that. He stopped that shit like Neo in the Matrix. He was like, "Yeah, you think you got something, bitch?"
But it was just like getting slapped in the like. Not,
I mean, I know why. Like, it does come at you and it hits you hard. Like,
Yeah.
you are like, whoa, what the hell just hit me for like a couple seconds there. And I can understand why they tell you no kids in the front seat that
Yeah.
are under the age of 12. Don't
Yeah.
put like babies, like car seats up front. Those things come out and they hit you and they fucking hit.
Oof. Okay.
But it's probably like some also like it's different when it's going this way and you're going this way and you're both so hard like same
Yeah.
speed.
But I mean, like, I
but
think,
if you're sitting stationary and that thing just launched in your face, it's
but
not
I mean,
good.
like, yeah. But the other problem is like I'm a taller guy, so like it probably hit me more in my chest and my neck area, where like maybe Pat, you being a little bit shorter, it may
right in
get
the
you.
face.
You'll get you right in the face
Square in the
instead.
face.
Yeah.
Pow, right in the kisser.
yeah, and I remember reading that. I'm like, Jesus Christ! And again, they knew like these companies know this. They just
Oh, yeah.
do the analysis and they determine. But will they get caught? Not get caught. And they were hoping they were going to get caught.
They got caught, baby.
Okay, last 5 of 5 this week. I forgot. I'm just trying. Oh, April. So April from Park and Recs. I forget her. The actress's name.
Oh God.
yeah, well, I know who you're talking about.
April Ludgate.
No,
Yes.
that's her
That's her
character's
character,
name.
Yeah.
She's in White Lotus. Anybody watch White Lotus? It's on HBO.
No,
I did not.
Peter had it on one time.
I know it's very popular.
Yes, because it's like a lot of nudity,
Did you
a lot
watch
of
it?
sex. No, Lauren loved it, and I would come in and be like, it got weird. Like it was weird as shit. I'm like, what are you watching? Like this
Feels like the Catholic in me does not like this.
out in the open.
Never
Like,
nude.
you
Never
do this
nude.
in the-
What's going
you do
on
this
here?
in the bathroom. You don't do this out in the open. We got neighbors.
You do lights off, windows closed, sound
Candlelight.
deadening on.
You got to slap yourself with a little whip. Like, what are you doing? So she's in and it's a very, very popular show. And so she, and the next season's coming out. So they're talking to her, and like I don't know if you've ever watched her in interviews. She's like the best person in an interview. Like she's almost cold, but like cold in the sense of like
very dry.
She's kind of like her
Yeah.
character in Parks and Rec.
Yes. Oh yeah, she's like the perfect character. And so they ask her like, so what did you think of like the first season? She goes, I haven't watched it. And they're like, wait, what? Why? She's like, yeah, they gave me this HBO Max like login, and I couldn't figure out the password. And she's like, they're like, but you could help password help. She's like, no, I get to the password and it doesn't work. I don't know where to go from there. I'm done.
She's like Chris.
Yeah.
No. I don't sign up
recall,
for crap
good recall.
that I don't want.
Chris, like I steal Pepsi's logins, and that's all I do.
she's so stone. The interviewer does. I don't know if she just doesn't really kind of get it, but the interviewer is so
It
stone
just
cold.
catches her so off
So
guard.
she's like, "But
what?
You could just hit pass, or maybe somebody could help you." And she's like, no. If the password doesn't work, I don't use it.
Yeah, if there's a login that they want me to log in, and I don't have one, I refuse to sign up for one.
Chris is he's a trendsetter.
Yeah,
Yep.
you understand that now, Joe?
It gotta make sense,
Nope.
right?
I mean, nope.
Not at all.
Joe's like, just hit fucking reset, guys. Hit
Yeah.
reset.
I thought that was so hilarious. She's done a couple interviews with Cohen, and good lord, are they hilarious? She is so goddamn funny.
Oh yeah. Conan's a great interviewer though. Like he's like the best interviewer.
Do you remember in New York when we saw some of his team?
That was cool.
Yeah, Joe got all happy inside.
That was the guy
Crazy
who
his pants.
he does the guy that was there is the guy he does the game stuff
yeah.
with. Yeah.
I've seen a couple of those. Those are
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Cubs win again, Chris.
Thank you.
Go Cubs, go! Wait, Pat, no sports on here. We're gonna get yelled at.
Wait,
again.
are we?
No fantasy football talk.
We're going to see Pearl Jam. Is
Yep.
Pearl Jam's at Wrigley?
Yep.
Correct.
Oh, so the Cubs are not playing at home.
No.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It'd be a real tight window to get that stage up.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Or there's
wait,
just a
what?
stage in the right field.
They just put
Automatic home run if you
They
did
just
it.
put them in the bleachers. Like, all right, there we go.
They
They got one guy only working on setting up the stage
Pepsi.
after the game.
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
They say
And
never
it's
getting
not-
built.
It's never going.
Here's a ratchet and go.
And just sorry, I saw one note on the on my notes here is
It's
the
Aubrey
debate.
Plaza, by the way. That's what it is.
Yes, and is the debate. So Kamala and Trump are supposed to have a debate, and both Trump doesn't really want to do it, and Kamala really doesn't want to do it because she can't. She did an interview at CNN this week, and it was a train wreck. But Trump doesn't want to do it either, and it's like. Because he wants to do it with no muting, no nothing. He just wants to go. He just wants to get at her.
And Trump's team doesn't want him to do that.
They want him to seem more presidential because a lot of the reason people don't want to vote for him is because he's just not a presidential president.
Yeah.
And
He's up there talking shit the whole time.
I mean, like up until
and he's
like
liable to say some real shit. So
he's
yeah.
gonna say some bad stuff.
Yeah.
up until like a month ago, it was like two geriatric old men, and you're like, which one is better? At least one can have,
Put sentences together.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, can he, or can he just? Is he just much better than the other guy? Relatively speaking, here.
Well, the one guy definitely couldn't put sentences together,
This
or
is true.
even he couldn't put like two thoughts together.
I'm not disagreeing.
And now you remove that age difference, and it's a very different
Oh
situation.
yeah, that's very true.
Well, I know Kamala, like they're finding like everything she's ever said in her history of her life about on like a video of like if it contradicts in the slightest bit of anything she's saying now.
Oh yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that's the problem with video these days is anything you see like it's gonna be used against you at some point.
Yep.
And
Exhibit
we're
A.
never running for any
I wasn't
political
anyways
office.
before I accepted this position, but
There you go.
this definitely clinched the check the box. I'm not doing
Chris,
it.
we found out that you actually do have a Twitter account, even though you said you didn't. Wait, what? Huh?
That's hilarious. Okay, so one thing we did talk about for this podcast was maybe first to last in the NFL.
Look at who won the divisions last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, we could just maybe Pat could read off the divisions real quick, and Joe could just give his uneducated opinion.
Beer.
Oh, Joe, poor Joe.
This is Joe's favorite
Chris
part.
has a bottle there.
Joe's favorite part of the podcast.
A little sports. We get a little sports in here. I'll get the.
Let's get you some fantasy football knowledge.
Don't do that, Pat. We'll get yelled at again. And I'll get the feel good stories up here. I think this is going to be what I was very surprised about with the fantasy draft yesterday was how, very into it everybody was. Like every pick seemed like people were really diving in, and it wasn't just like a run through.
Would you like me to read off the division winners?
How quickly did Caleb Williams get drafted?
I took him way late in the draft.
Yeah, he didn't go that fast. But yeah, if you don't mind, Pat, why don't you give us the
Sure. So the AFC East had the Buffalo Bills won on a tiebreaker over the Miami Dolphins, and
That was the last game of the year.
New England Patriots were 4-13. And the AFC
Okay, so
North
let's stop right there. Let's go with that one. So that was the AFC North?
West.
West.
East.
Okay, AFC East, so that's the Buffalo Bills, Miami
England
Dolphins,
Patriots.
New England Patriots, and the Jets.
And the Jets.
Chris, do you see any difference this year?
Dolphins win the division.
Oh, okay.
That's a bold choice.
Pat?
No, I think actually that division I think is going to end the same exact way.
Joe? Do you like the Dolphins or do you like the Buffalo Bills?
I think Dolphins and Buffaloes are really cool.
Nice.
I could see the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a better year than most people. And I know there's a lot of talk of them having not a great chemistry, but I see that. I feel like
They
this
still
is
got
his year.
They still got that jabroni coordinator. I'm not buying it.
He's going to fall down again and hurt his ankle.
Is this going to be his first season back?
Yes, with the Jets.
How long has he been with the Jets? 3 years?
2 years.
2 years.
He didn't play
2 years.
last year because of his injury.
He played 3 snaps last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this will be his
First full season.
probable first full
I'm not
season.
going to lie. I love the little kickstand.
Oh, I do
that
too.
one.
It's such a
Yeah.
it's a convenient little thing. If
Yeah.
I'm just at work and then I'll
That's
just hand
awesome.
that off to the
Yeah.
side or something. Yeah.
Should move on to the AFC North.
Yeah.
We had the Baltimore Ravens won, followed by the Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Cincinnati Bengals. I think there were 3 playoff teams in this division last year. The top 3.
Yeah.
And the Bengals just were 9-8, and I think just missed out on that party.
Chris, go ahead, please. What do you feel?
I'm going to stick with Baltimore, but I think the Bengals will be better. I think the Bengals move up ahead of the Browns.
Pat, do you have
I would agree with that. I think that Pittsburgh's going to be in the bottom of this division. I think that Cleveland will be probably 3rd because I don't trust Deshaun Watson. And I think the Bengals will finish behind Baltimore.
Okay.
Barring any severe injuries, obviously.
We
but
just needed 1 or 2 on that, but then thanks for the whole.
Hey,
give
you
us the whole
asked,
recap.
the people want in-depth advice here.
They definitely don't want that. Go ahead, Pat. Joe, what are you feeling? Do you like?
I like turtles.
Yeah.
Do you like do you like to be a Steeler or do you want to be a Bengal? Or are you a Brown?
I'm gonna say the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. That I feel the Baltimore continues to lead that division, and I like where Chris is at. I think the Bengals are going to have a better year. I see the Pittsburgh Steelers being the bottom of the barrel, and the Browns probably coming back to.
I still bet you
reality.
that the Pittsburgh's around 500 because McTominay
Yeah.
always seems to get that team around 500.
Fair enough. All right, what do you got with the AFC South, Pat?
You got Houston won it, Jacksonville behind them, Indianapolis behind them, and then Tennessee tighten up, not so tight last year.
That's a tough one. Chris, what do you feel?
I'm going to go off the reservation here, and I'm going to say the Colts win that division.
Okay, Pat,
I'm going to go the Jacksonville Jaguars win the division.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars.
I'm gonna stick with the Titans. I think they've put a lot. They've
The
added
Texans.
the Will
Texans.
Levis.
Texans. Yeah, sorry, the Texans, and I think they're gonna have. They're gonna continue to have a good team, and if Stroud takes another step, I think they're gonna be a really good team. All right, AFC East,
West.
You
You got the Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers.
Okay, obviously the Chargers will be a little bit better this year.
Yeah, with the Harbaugh, and then I think the Chiefs.
But yeah, the Chiefs are winning that division.
Chiefs are taking 3, baby.
I'm gonna
Go for the
go.
3-point.
I'm gonna go Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, and the Raiders finish in the last.
I like Bo Nix, so that's not a bad choice.
Yep. All right, so let's go with the NFC East.
And the Cowboys won it last year, followed by the Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, and the Washington Commanders.
I'm going to choose the Giants. No, seriously, I'm choosing the Eagles.
Okay. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, I think I know there's a lot of discord between both the top 2 teams, but I think the Eagles are a little more together. So I'll go Eagles, Cowboys,
Okay, we
Commanders, and Giants finish last in the
Yeah.
division.
All right. Joe, what do you think?
Are you also getting fed up of his like
92
4
picks?
seed? Like here's it, however.
We need that in-depth
Yes,
knowledge.
from one person, so I appreciate it, Pat. Good.
I'm gonna go with the Washington Commanders.
I like it.
I like Chase Daniels. I don't think he's going to take. I don't think they have enough to take that step.
Chase Daniels is not playing football.
Whatever.
Either.
The fucking Daniels.
I
what's
love
that?
Chase Daniels too.
Whatever
Peter.
his name is.
We know, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Jalen.
Yeah. Same shit.
Jaden, not Jalen or Chase.
Yeah.
you stupid bitch.
Yeah. You fucking.
Thanks,
right.
Chris. Tell him. Jeez,
Yes.
I'm thinking. Is it me that's wrong? Is it me that's wrong here?
Exactly.
Okay. So I like, but I don't think they have enough. I think Jalen Hurts has finally come to the realization that he's not a good quarterback. So Cowboys are going to keep that division.
Nice.
NFC North. Hit it, Pat. What do we got?
So it was Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Bears and Vikings were tied record-wise last year.
I
okay.
love the Bears, but I'm choosing the Lions.
Okay.
Ooh, Detroit.
Okay.
All right. Finally, something's looking up for Detroit.
They won it last.
Yeah, I'm not fully on the Jordan Love train. I'll go Detroit winning as well.
Okay.
Is Jordan Love on Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think the Bears are going to take the whole thing.
I like it.
I like it.
Joe being ballsy.
Kansas. Sorry, Kansas. But you're not going to take it this year. The Chicago Bears.
The
are.
Bears. Joe's
with their new Illinois flag right behind them.
I am going to take the Packers as much as it hurts me to say that, but I think
You can leave after this podcast.
I think Jared Goff at some point has got to come to reality. All right, Pat, NFC South, please.
Buccaneers, Saints, Falcons, Carolina.
This is a tough one.
I think the Saints are going to go to the bottom of the, or maybe not bottom of the division, but
Do you
they're
think
going to go down. I think Atlanta will go up.
Okay. Chris, what do you got, buddy?
I hate this division. It's probably
Yeah.
the worst division. And you know what? I'm just going to randomly pick the Saints because I don't care.
All right. Joe?
Why is this a bad division, Chris?
Because the top team was 9-8 last year.
Oh,
the
Pat,
qu-
did your name change halfway through this podcast to Chris?
It did.
Hey, Joe, go
It
fuck
did.
yourself.
The quarterback play down there is just not really great. I mean, Kirk Cousins is a decent quarterback, but he got injured last year, so you don't know what you're getting with him. Baker Mayfield, manageable quarterback for Tampa Bay. I think Derek Carr is the quarterback in New Orleans. Not great, not bad. And Carolina's just a complete mess.
So
I mean,
no good offense in the South.
No, and I'm assuming that an 8-9 record may win that division. Like an under 500 team will win.
They're
that.
all it's just they're mediocre. Like that.
It happens. It happens once every like 10 years where you get like a division that is just really bad.
I know the Falcons put a lot onto their team, so I'm going to go with the Falcons taking that division. All right, Pat, hit me with the last one, baby.
Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals.
And NFC West. Chris?
That's a pretty stacked division. I like it all. I'm going to continue rocking the Niners on this one.
Oh, okay. Patrick?
Bargain injury, hard to go against the Niners.
Yeah, that's fair. Joseph?
Jimmy Garoppolo's going to do it for them again. The Niners.
I love it. I love it.
So
Great,
he plays for the Rams. But
great
yes.
quarterback. Great quarterback.
You know what? I could see the 49ers taking a step back and the Rams coming up. So that's
if Matthew Stafford doesn't
You know
die.
the Rams and Donald retired, right?
Yeah.
He's banking on
I'm
Matthew
going on a limb here.
He's banking on Matthew Stafford.
Jimmy G will lead him there.
Listen, if Pete Carroll was still in Seattle, I'd be choosing the Seahawks right now.
Oh.
Geno Smith, baby.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a feel-good segment. We need to lighten it up here.
We're going to have a real feel-good segment at the end of this podcast where me and Joe beat Pat's ass.
102-year-old becomes Britain's oldest skydiver to inspire people in their 80s and 90s not to give up anything.
That's awesome.
Nice.
102 years
102.
old.
And Chris, Joe, and I will be 30-years taking our first sky. Or Joe second, Chris and I's first. And Lauren is not
I'm
happy
jumping
about that.
without a parachute. Let's
Let's
see what
go.
happens.
Let's see how this plays out for him, guys.
Pilots live through miracle landing after their aircraft crashes into busy road without hitting cars.
Wow.
That's kind of lucky. Yeah, I like it.
Here
Sure
we
went
go.
to Vegas afterwards. Hit the fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
or hit the lottery.
Yeah.
Potential new source for drugs to fight antibiotic-resistant bacteria found deep in the Arctic Ocean. That's kind of cool.
That's
definitely
awesome.
it's because they're super bugs that are.
Yeah, they're resistant to penicillin.
Here we go. Scientists make stunning breakthrough, turning banana peels into textiles and renewable fuels.
Wow.
Could
Look at
use that. Could definitely use that. All right, let's see. Oh, baby rhino's first video, adorable footage of southern white calf born in Aussie Zoo, and honestly it's cute. All baby animals are pretty cute, even if they're could literally probably that animal probably could still hurt you.
I mean, Pat Lynch was cute at some point.
Big chocolate on brink of revolution as Swiss scientists use cocoa bean waste to replace sugar.
Oh, interesting.
Dude, sugar's the absolute worst. They don't. You know what sucks? These are all sound really cool, but you think you think sugar?
No,
is
they're
ever
gonna.
like that?
They're.
There's no chance that's ever coming anywhere. This Insta pasta, it's star-shaped sand found in Japan with a huge secret hidden inside. Let's see here.
What's the secret?
Let me see that. This is. Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't pasta. Star-shaped sand. Isn't pasta. It's star-shaped sand found in Japan with a huge secret inside it. Let's see if we can find that really quickly here. High concentration of star sand beaches on the Earth, and it's made up of ground stone and coral, and it has living organisms living in it.
Oh, wow.
Just sitting on the sand.
Kind of cool.
Kind of crazy. Let's see if there's anything here. Last little thing here. Family unearths treasure of 1,500 medieval coins during excavation for new swimming pool.
Yeah,
Wow.
somebody came in and claimed that.
Does that go to?
That goes to the state. They're just like, that's ours now. You guys can have your pool. We won't. Well, here's a $500 bill. That's for your pool, and the coins are ours.
Yeah.
Do you sell that? You just sell that to a museum, right? Like, what do you do with that?
Yeah. Well, you either donate.
Assuming
Well,
you get to
you
keep
donate it to the museum. Maybe you keep it. You hold on to it. See if it's actually worth anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Melt it down, sell it on the black market.
Gold.
I'm sure if it's a gold coin, the government's coming in and being like, "Wait, we got to verify this and see if it's ours first."
Here's what I'm doing. Not telling anyone.
Oh yeah.
Melting that stuff down, selling it on the black market, buying a ton of drugs, and now I'm the new kingpin.
and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for taking.
Invest in yourself. Buy drugs. Sell on the street.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday night as we head out for Pearl Jam. Pat, you want to sing any Pearl Jam real quick for us?
No.
Okay. Thank you, though. Do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe. Check us out on Twitter and Instagram at the podcast SMP. You can tell Pat what your favorite Pearl Jam song is in the comments. Have a great night. Be safe. We'll see you next week.
It's pizza time. Bye.